What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gerald from Bank of Gerald here with another video update. Today is Thursday, October the 2nd, 2025. And I don't think we've done a MoveQuest video in quite some time, directly long format. Of course, we've done some short format stuff for those of you that have been enjoying the shorts. I appreciate you supporting and watching and all that great stuff. We bring a lot of motivation. We bring some information about MoveQuest and MQT and how we apply MoveQuest to our lives here at BOJ, and of course some other things like golf. I like golf, all right, and some other athletic things that I do. But anyway, we're here to talk about MoveQuest. Even though MoveQuest has sparked some of these more athletic things that I'm doing in my life more recently, all right, I'm just so excited about the opportunity that we have. But we have some new things to talk about that I don't think that we have ever really kind of talked about where we are in them at this point. Okay. We were talking about the hatcheries and the new things that are happening with the hatcheries. People are really, really enjoying the hatchery experience and we can tell that by the amount of tier 4 space that there is now. There isn't any tier 4 space in the tier 4 hatchery, but we're going to talk about that. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. I am just a dude on YouTube showing you guys how I'm cranking it out of some amazing cryptocurrency projects out here in the space, nothing more and nothing less than that. Now, if you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And please, sir, and please, ma'am, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp man, because if he gets you, there is nothing I can do to help you. All right. So here's one thing that I want to make sure that I mention today. Before we even get into the hatcheries, before we get into MoveQuest dashboard and all that stuff that we're going to talk about today, I just want to talk about the mindset behind MoveQuest as it pertains to me and anybody that is on my team, wants to be a part of my team, is kind of looking in. And not that a team is that important in this sense, but the mindset behind how I see MoveQuest, I do believe I should share with you guys, just so that you guys have that and you have someone else's opinion about it. You're going to have your own opinions about what MoveQuest is and what it is doing and what it can do, what you believe it can do. Everyone should have their own opinions, but I wanted to share mine just really quickly. I'm not going to take more than 5 minutes on this, okay? So me and my personal opinion about MoveQuest, what it has done for me. So let me just give you a little bit of a backstory. I used to weigh 250 pounds. I was still doing a lot of athletic things. I was still kind of gigging and doing things of that nature that take a lot of energy from me and different things of that nature. But I found myself wanting to change my life. I wanted to change my physical life. I wanted to be fit. I wanted to be in the best shape of my life. And I understand that that was going to take some work that I had not done previously, okay? Or at least since I was in high school, which is at this point like 15 years ago, okay? I graduated from high school in 2010. Anyway, so in that journey, MoveQuest came along, right? Well, I had lost a good amount of weight, but the problem that I always had was staying consistent, right? MoveQuest came along at a time that that I needed some consistency in my physical activity, okay? It was the perfect couple for what I was doing already in the crypto space and my understanding of cryptocurrency and the things that we had participated in previously, to now where I wanted to be more physically fit. It was the perfect marriage between the two. It enabled me to have a goal of amount of steps and different things that I had to achieve on a day-to-day basis to mine a cryptocurrency token called MQT that was a legit and is still standing a legit token. It's not a meme token. It's not some kind of shit coin, excuse my language, but that's just where we are, okay? It is a legit coin. So my mindset was, okay, I do believe in the power of cryptocurrency. I believe in the power of community. I believe in what can happen with MQT when people see this as a great opportunity, right? I understood that we were less than 5,000 people even submitting on the blockchain using MoveQuest and mining MoveQuest. So that told me, with all the millions and billions of people that we have on this planet, with this being an opportunity that everyone with an Apple, well, no, let me take anybody with a mobile device can take a part of, right? Anybody that's interested in crypto can take a part of. Anybody that's interested in fitness can take a part of. Anybody that's interested in wealth can take a part of. Anybody that is interested in longevity in their life can take a part of, right? I think that pretty much comes down everybody's neighborhood, okay? I think that right there comes down to everybody's neighborhood. With there being less than 5,000 people at the time, I saw this as the perfect opportunity to jump in and share this with my community, right? My community being about 20,000 members or subscribers strong on YouTube, a little bit more than that. Don't ever know how many people are going to watch this, when they may come along. We know that they have been along at some point in this journey and have pressed that subscribe button. So I said, I'm going to bring this to my community and I'm going to live this thing out. And lo and behold, I've been able to keep 50 pounds off, and I've been able to continue to progress in this opportunity, continue to grow my bag in MQT, continue to mine a legit cryptocurrency token. But here's what I want to share with you guys as far as the mindset that I have behind me, okay? I think it is very, very important to understand that MoveQuest is not designed to be a quick profit grind, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what this is designed to do, okay? It is designed to be a long-term ecosystem, okay? Let's say it together. Long-term ecosystem, all right? When you submit your proof of activity, there's a few very important things that I think everyone should understand, all right? And these are things that you have to see past today's market value, today's dollar value for MQT, all right? And you had to do this when you started, because it started at $1. Right now it's at $4 a year later, okay? So if you had that long-term thinking last year around this time, you're in a much better position right now, especially if you got in at $1 and you continue to hold. Now, we've seen some ebbs and flows. We've seen MQT go to some high prices. We've seen it go down. We've seen Bitcoin do the same stuff. We've seen cryptocurrency do the same things. There are ebbs and flows, okay? So let's just talk about what we're actually doing here with MoveQuest, okay? The first thing that we're doing is, on a day-to-day basis, we are contributing as a community to the liquidity and the growth of this opportunity. Every submission fee that we send in strengthens the liquidity pool of MQT. That's what keeps MQT price stable and able to support the larger sales in the future, all right? I think we can already see that there can be a future in MQT just being a year and some down the line right now. There's people that have been involved in the building of this for the last 4 or 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Without these fees, the system would collapse like every other move to earn project. And we've seen Step In, we've seen all these other things that try to be moved to earn, and they just fizzle out. They can't keep their price. They can't even get their price to $1, let alone keep it there, okay? There's a reason why this infrastructure is in place, okay? The second thing is your earnings potential scales with the ecosystem, okay? Right now, it may feel like, $4 where the price is right now, and having to do $1 every 10 days to submit, that may feel like it's getting a little bit much for some folks. But as liquidity continues to grow and features like boosts and the leasing and the challenges and all these things start to expand, just like we were talking about the app last year and all the different things that are here right now that we were talking about before. As MoveQuest continues to expand, the value of the mined MQT has the potential to multiply hundreds of times over. So we have to remember that. This is cryptocurrency. We understand, and we've seen, maybe some of us are more knowledgeable than others. All right. I'm not the most cryptocurrency knowledgeable person in the world. Okay. But I do know that I've seen Bitcoin go from where it was a couple $100s to where it's now hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have lived to see that in my life. Okay. I'm sure many of you have too. All right. Here's the third part. So the first two things that we talked about was, of course, my own personal opinion, my story. But what we're doing, we're contributing to the liquidity and the growth. Our earnings potential scales with the ecosystem. So we talked about that. And it's more than mining. It's about more than just the mining of the token. Yes, you can buy the tokens outright. Yes, you can buy MQT outright. If that's what you want to do, you have the option to do that. But mining through proof of physical activity means that you're getting them while also improving your health. We cannot forget what MoveQuest is all about. It's about getting us fit. It's about getting us in a better position health-wise, okay? We are so excited about what this can do financially. We are so excited about what this can do for our health, our wealth, ladies and gentlemen. But this is about changing our health. That is what this is about. We cannot lose sight of that, okay? That is so important. This is about doing the things that we have not been doing before to get ourselves in a healthier place. And for those of us that have been doing these things and see this as one of the options in the space, for those trainers out there, We all know, all right, for those that have decided to be trainers in their lifetime, that have decided to take on the mantle, and nutritionists and all the people that have decided to take on the mantle and run with it to help our world be a healthier place. That is what we've decided to do. This is here to assist you in that. How many times are the gym partnerships that you build out here when you take people to your gym? How many times are those people getting paid to come to the gym and work out and get on the treadmill with you? They're not. They're paying. They're paying you. They're paying the gym. And not to say that you're not going to have to use some capital to be a part of MoveQuest. You have to get miners. You have to get all that stuff, and you'll want to get them. But MoveQuest right now, we've already talked about for the last few days, the last few weeks, rather, the Phantom miners are allowing people to come in for next to nothing and mine for 90 days for less than $100. A lot of people's gym memberships for 1 month cost around $100, let alone 3 months. We're talking about 3 months, 90 days, physical activity, submitting on the blockchain. You can be able to do that with those 9 Phantom miners, just getting started, just getting rocking and rolling, less than $100. So yes, you could buy MQT outright, right? But mining through proof of physical activity means you're getting them while also improving your health. And you're a part of the community that is literally building the economy of this ecosystem. That's a much more powerful position, in my opinion, to be in than just buying and holding. Yes, you can buy and hold. And we're not here to tell you don't do that. Because if you believe in what MoveQuest is doing and you don't want to do the mining, that is an option for you. You can buy and hold it just like you would any other token, any other cryptocurrency, okay? So I challenge everybody today. So instead of thinking, is this worth $3 or $4 or $5 or whatever it is, $7 for me, I have to submission fees because all Titans is like $7, a little over $7 a day, right? Every day that I submit. What is the value of being early in a system designed for long-term stability and exponential growth? I want to repeat that. What is the value of being early in a system designed for long-term stability and exponential growth? That's something you have to decide. But MoveQuest has decided. MoveQuest is about fitness first. It is about finance second. It's about future positioning, not quick flips, not instant profit. That's what we're so used to in this space. And one thing that I've shared with some of my colleagues in my talks about cryptocurrency, because people have their own thoughts about cryptocurrency, right? Especially those that have played in this space, this risky space that we have played in for the last few years, okay? We have failed crypto. It's not crypto that failed us. It is our decisions with our cryptocurrency that has failed us, not cryptocurrency. For those of us that bought cryptocurrency when it was $100 Bitcoin, and you just decided to hold it, you were a good steward of your wallet and your keys, you kept them in safe places, and God allowed you to see the day where it is Thursday, October the 2nd, 2025. Crypto did not fail you. It did not fail you. There's not a person out there that have gone through that checklist. You bought it when it was low, say sub $10,000. You held on to it. You were a good steward of your keys. You didn't send off your crypto anywhere. You didn't trust some weird company like we did. Like, there's a lot of mistakes we made right in front of the world. But you were not one of those people. You held on. You paid attention to the markets, whatever you did, and now God has blessed you to see the day that is over $100,000. Crypto did not fail you. For those of us that have horror stories about crypto, is because we were ignorant and did not know. That is the only reason. You can put that with losing your keys, losing your hardware, your computers. We were ignorant and did not know. The time is over for us to be willfully ignorant. We can no longer be willfully ignorant about what is going on in the cryptocurrency world. I don't care how old you are. I used to. I don't anymore. And as it pertains to MoveQuest, there's one important thing that we have to understand. We don't take care of these physical bodies. If we don't take care of these temples that God has given us, we will lose them. Bit by bit, piece by piece. Don't believe me? I've seen it. You can borrow some of my belief. I've seen people lose their toes, their fingers, their limbs, arms, eyes, ears, all type of stuff because we were not able to keep our physical bodies healthy long enough. Some things we can't control, but the things that we can control, we need to start controlling them. MoveQuest is helping us do that. It is encouraging us to get our steps in. It is encouraging us to be more active and get excited about being active. You would be surprised what could happen to your body if you went out there and you walked 10,000 steps per day for 90 days straight. Yeah, it sounds a little crazy and ridiculous, but as doable as possible, especially if you're mobile and able-bodied. It is a decision that we have to make. MoveQuest is here to incentivize that decision that we need to be making. We need to be out here being more active and moving, and we've adapted the sedentary lifestyle. I'm literally doing this video in a chair right now. So I say all that to say, I know we got off to a start. That's just kind of sharing my own personal opinions and my feelings about this, but I think this is the perfect opportunity to be in, especially if you're a crypto lover, especially if you're a fitness lover, especially if you're a finance lover, especially if you're a health lover, if you're a nutritionist, if you're anybody that believes that and knows that physical movement is directly correlated to how many days that we are around on this earth. I want to see as many of them as I possibly can. All right. Anyway, so that being said, I want to jump into the back office. Those of you that have stayed around and dealt with my little rant, I appreciate you. We're going into the back office now where we are going to talk about MoveQuest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to stop the share one more time so I can make sure this is showing the way I'd like it to. Amen. Here we go. All right, so we're on the dashboard. I used to have a bunch of MQT. You know what I did? I put it in a hatchery. All right. So I want to go to the hatcheries. There are 3 different types of hatcheries. There's the incubator. We are used to the incubator already. This allows us to deposit our MQT and pay an AVAX fee. All right. Depending on that, we are able to get these miners right here, these Vanguard miners. Okay. In the incubator, you're only able to get the Vanguard miner, but you can get as many as you'd like to pay for. All right. Of course, as you can see, I'm going up. 30 is going to need $4,200 worth of MQT and a 1,050 in AVAX. Okay. If you wanted one, all you had to do was scroll this number down and you were able to do that. Okay. This locks up your MQT for 222 days. Now, I have already been through a few of these cycles, and I have, well, 2 of these cycles. I won't say a few, 2. All right. But I've got some that are ending in the next few days. I've got one that's ending in 77 days. I've got one that's ending. I think I just started this one, actually. When did this one start? Now, this one started in May. All right. But this one started in February on the 18th, and it's ready to rock and roll and move into one of these tier 1 through 4 golden hatcheries. And we'll go over that in a second. But you have to go through one of these 2 to get into the other. All right. So I'll just share that with you now. All right. So anyway, you have that option. You want these miners, a little bit more powerful miners. All right. You have the incubator. They're going to give you these miners immediately, but they're going to lock up your MQT and you pay the fee. So they get the fee, right? It's $35 per miner, I believe. So when you do that, you'll get the miners immediately. You'll lock up your MQT, which is going to help support the price of MQT because now you got MQT that's not going to be sold for 222 days. Now, if you ever wanted to end one of these, I do believe that you have the ability to end it and claim it if you'd like to, but that will end your time in that hatchery and you'll have to start all over. Let's get to the nest. The nest, this hatchery is one that is a shorter term. Okay, we talked about one that's 222 days. This one is 10 days. All right. You choose how much you want to put in here. All right. I have already started this one and this one is ready to go. All right. This is already finished. It's 10 days. I started this one on September the 22nd and it has finished. All right. So here's what I'm able to do. Now, here's the problem. All right. And it's not really a problem. Minimum deposit MQT, 5 MQT. All right. Your reward is 0.0003 MQT per staked MQT per day. The duration is 10 days. Early cancellation will forfeit the rewards. If the golden hatchery is full, you can renew your nest cards to keep earning, all right? But it has the ability to migrate into any one of these T1 through T4. You can renew it or you can claim it. So I can claim my 12 MQT right now. And here's the thing. I did not submit for any of these days. You have to submit to get this, all right? So the past week or so, I have not been able to submit, just full transparency, because I hadn't been able to go ahead and buy Avalanche and put it in my wallet to submit. Some of yours may look like this, all right? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to renew this because I have a renewed sense, and of course I get paid. So when this is one of those real life scenarios. There are going to be some times where you don't have the money as a Titan person to submit every single day. You may not be able to submit not a day until you get a check, till you get paid. Real life, right? That's real life stuff. And when you get paid, there's no penalty for missing these days necessarily. I've locked up my MQT so it supported the ecosystem. I didn't sell it. I can renew this at any time. And I can decide, just because I have this in here, I can decide to put it into T4 Hatchery. I'm pretty sure, even without submitting a day, I may not have gotten the extra MQT or whatever. But, ladies and gentlemen, well, I do have the opportunity to jump into that next one. I can claim them if I want to. I'm going to renew it. Are you about to renew selected cards in nest? Are you sure you want to renew now? Yes, I do. Because I'm going to do a better job of submitting my proof of activity for these next 10 days. It's going to pull up a MetaMask thing. I have Google Chrome browser, MetaMask extension. So it's going to pull that up for me. It's going to ask me some questions about what I want to do. And I'm going to have it do it. I want to scroll down. You can see everything. Successfully renewed, selected card. All right, so that's good. I got one more in this one. I'll probably have to renew because I have not submitted in either one of these. All right. But that's just me. I hope everybody is out there submitting. I need to get better at submitting. So that's just going to be me. That's my personal vendetta. I'm still getting my steps in. It's a part of my life now to do that. But sometimes your finances just don't match up with what you're able to do from a submission standpoint. All right. So that's just neither here nor there. But that is what's available. It has a calculator here. So if you wanted to put in 50 MQT, it's going to tell you, hey, 50 MQT is around $199. Daily reward is 0.0003 per MQT. Max reward is 0.15 MQT. All right. So it's going to give you all the details you need. Golden Hatchery. All right. I have a card in the Golden Hatchery right now. It's going on 222 days. I haven't submitted a day yet. All right. Since I've gotten to this hatchery, I haven't submitted. And that's on me. That's my personal thing. That's not an indication of what you guys should do, but this is real life. All right. Sometimes you're able to submit, sometimes you're not. There is no penalty for that. However, you may not get all the rewards that you have the opportunity to get at the end of the day. All right. There are plenty of space in tier 1 through tier 3. And I think there's discussions happening right now to have people have the leadership talk about expanding this level of max MQT in the tier 4 hatchery. Obviously, people are excited about the tier 4 hatchery. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that these other tiers are pretty awesome as well. And they're shorter term. There are going to be some people that would want to see a 30-day term instead of a 75, 135, 210-day term. They want to see this a little bit quicker. Now, while their rewards may be a little bit less, that helps them build trust in MoveQuest. It helps them decide on whether this is something that they want to do long-term or not and be able to delve into that. Now, the hatcheries that I was involved in, this incubator hatchery, right? I've already been in some that have been through the ringer. I wouldn't even been able to get into this golden hatchery without going through 222 days of the incubator hatchery that I was able to take advantage of. And my miners, I've got plenty of vanguards because of that incubator hatchery. I've got plenty of Titans too, all right? So everyone just has to kind of decide where they fit in. I want to let everybody know that these Phantom Trailblazer miners right here can change the game for that new person just trying to get involved, all right? If you're a person that's out here and you are paying way more than you can handle, so say if I was that person that I came to a, let's just say hypothetically, these last 10 days, I have been in a fork in the road financially. And I'm just like, man, I really can't afford the $7.43 AVAX fee. I can decide to move these Titans out of the docking slots and put ones that I can afford because I have that capability. I can put these 9 Trailblazers in and let them work. Now I'd be earning significantly less in power. So I'm going to keep mine right where they are, and I'm just going to adjust my finances, maybe sacrifice some things, right? I'm going to sacrifice a few things to be able to get back submitting again, all right? But that's just my personal story. I'm still getting my steps in. I'm still feeling in great shape, still keeping this weight off, keeping my main things, staying fit, all right? MoveQuest has just given me that opportunity to, when I have that $7 in AVAX in here, I can go ahead and submit my proof of physical activity for that day and take advantage of all the different things that are here for submitting for that day. It's now more than just getting my submission for that day. I'm now in these hatcheries that enable me to get even more rewards for submitting and doing the same thing. Whether I do those things is up to me. It's all up to me, but it's not for the lack of resources from MoveQuest. So that being said, I just wanted to jump in here and do a MoveQuest video really quickly. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about what MoveQuest is doing. Yes, there are going to be some times where it seems like, man, is it worth me submitting? Is it worth me staying in the ecosystem? That is all decisions we have to make, because obviously you guys just saw there are some times where I submit and there are some times where I don't. It's all depending on what my personal goals are, whether my finances can support it. Everyone has that choice to make, ladies and gentlemen. But if you believe in what MoveQuest is doing, if you believe in what it can do for you, you'll make the adjustments needed. I'll make the adjustments. We'll all make the adjustments needed to be a part of what this is doing in the world today. It's helping us stay around in this world just a little bit longer, in my opinion. All right, this is my humble opinion. All right, so I just want to jump in here. I know I haven't done a MoveQuest video in some days. Wanted to get this out there. Put your 2FA on all the platforms and the wallets that will allow you, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west, y'all. If you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. If you like this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And please, sir, and please, ma'am, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp, man, because if he gets you, nothing I can do to help you. Stay diligent, stay vigilant in this space. Don't give nobody your keys, your wallets, your information, any of your pertinence. Don't give it up, all right? Let's stay diligent, let's stay vigilant, let's stay good stewards. I'll see y'all on the next one. This is MoveQuest. Let's get moving, y'all. Stay moving, whether you're submitted or not. Keep moving, all right? The day when you can submit the way that you want to will come. It will be here. And when it gets here, take advantage of it, all right? I'm speaking to myself while I'm talking to you, all right? See you on the next one. Peace out.